Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. How's everybody doing today? I see all those smiley faces. Everybody's looking good. We are refreshed. We were away for a few days on a mini getaway, fall New England getaway. We were in Newport, Rhode Island. We were in Providence, Rhode Island, and all along the New England coast, and it was absolutely fantastic. We had posted some pictures on our Facebook pages at Jim Masters TV and Instagram and Twitter at Jim Masters TV and more. And we had a really nice time. We really haven't had a chance to get away at all for the longest time. And it was just really fantastic. And we'll be going away for the holidays too, which will be nice, Christmas time and more. Hope you guys have been doing well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching and binging the shows as well. There's some 550 plus shows or something like that that are available for you to watch and enjoy. And I think that's really, really cool. We really appreciate you guys and all the comments and all the JMS lovity that you share with us here. I think that's really outstanding. All the great comments, everything that you're saying on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram about our series, about our show, about all the lovity and everything that we talk about. I think that's really, really cool. So thank you very much for all of that. You guys are truly the best. And what can we say other than thank you, thank you, thank you? We've got an amazing guest tonight. Yes. And it's going to be really cool as we do this show live on the air. We do our shows live. And he's a world-renowned astrologist, intuitive, and we actually have a special lovely viewer, a surprise lovely viewer, who is going to have an opportunity to have a live reading happen during this show. That's right. One of our faithful viewers who watches the show all the time and raves about the show is going to get a live reading from world-renowned astrologist and intuitive Peter Marks, who's joining us live and direct from his home, also in New England, USA, in Connecticut. And he is extraordinary. He's worked with celebrities. He's worked with everyday people of all backgrounds. And he's really provided so much information about their lives in ways that it's really even tough to put in words. So he's going to join us in just a second. Again, it's going to be a cool night. If you guys have questions or things that you'd like to know live during our show, well, definitely in chat. You can definitely chat it up. We are here. And also, don't forget, during the show, we have super chat and super emojis and all that fun stuff that helps support the show as well. But don't forget to, overall, on our YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is Jim Masters TV. We would love that. And when you subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss any of our episodes of the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. Also, in addition to doing that, make sure that you click like. That's really important. Click like and leave a comment for us on our YouTube channel. The like button is just that little like thumbs up. Make sure you do that. We love that. That really helps our show big time. And also leave a comment for us as well. That makes a world of difference for us. And those of you that do that all the time, boy, we thank you so very, very much. So Peter is here. Boy, we have amazing guests coming up. 2 shows tomorrow as well. But tonight we're welcoming world-renowned astrologist and intuitive Peter Marks. Again, he's been doing this for many, many years. He's absolutely extraordinary at what he does, and he's going to join us in just a second. First, let's do a quick hello to some of our viewers who call themselves the JMS Lovities. Merlin is here from Ontario, Canada. She says, well, hello, Jim and all Lovities. Good to see you, Merlin. And she welcomes Peter to Lovity Hall. Sherry Larson is here, and Sherry says, good evening, good morning, everyone. It could be any time of the day when our show is on live or when it's archived. You can see it any time of the day. Binge watch JMS live. Hope you're all doing great. We had to put weights in our shoes today. It's windy. Yeah, it was very windy here along the coast too. Very windy, Sherry. And Sherry is in Kansas, USA, in Juanita, in South Africa. There's a lot of heart and soul in Juanita. That's what we meant to say, right? Hello, Jim and Lovely Squad from Juanita in South Africa. Sherry Larson says, welcome back, Jim. Looks like you had a wonderful time. We sure did. really nice mini fall getaway. Really beautiful weather, great restaurants and sights, and we really had a fantastic time. Alessandra is here. Hello, Jim and Lovely family. And we just got back. We actually just got back, and then I was on a TV shoot this morning as well. So it's been crazy busy. And Kathleen Walker is here. She's watching in New York City. She says, hi, everyone, as well. Nice to see you, Kathleen. Great that you are here as well. And all the lovelies saying hello to each other, too, which we think is cool. Linda is watching from Florida. She says, good evening, Mr. Lovety. Good evening, Loveties. Nice to see you as well, Linda, in Florida. She's in beautiful St. Augustine. Alessandra says, I'm very excited. Just like the Pointer Sisters. Remember we had the Pointer Sisters on? And I'm so excited is one of their, I'm so excited is one of their cool songs. I bet you were singing that all day. I know a lot of you are very excited about tonight's episode. Let's check in with some more lovelies and saw the lovely pictures Merlin did in Canada of our trip away. Thank you very much, Merlin. I know it was kind of like you guys were on the trip, right? Through pictures and videos. Glad you had a great time, Jim. Thank you, Juanita. And Linda says, I'm on a mini vacation too, Jim, vacationing in Southern Florida. I know Florida's so big that you can live in Northern and go to Southern, be in the same state, and you're on vacation. Absolutely. Alessandra says, welcome to Lovety Hall, Peter Marks. Enjoy your new family, the Lovety Squad family. And Linda is welcoming as well, which is really nice. And Alessandra says, we missed you, Jim. Thank you very much, Alessandra. Missed all of you as well. Always thinking about you guys and everybody that watches the show. And Juanita says, welcome. Yes, good stuff. And everybody else that's watching live and those that will be watching later on, we welcome you. And speaking of welcomes, will you join me in welcoming live and direct from his home in Connecticut, a very special guest, again, world-renowned astrologist and incredible intuitive. He's really, Peter is on the mark. Peter Marks joins us live and direct from Connecticut. Peter, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm terrific. It's great to be here, Jim.
Oh, it's great to see you as well. And thanks for gracing us with your presence here on the Jim Master Show Live. Good way to kick back, or to come back, from our little mini vacation.
Yes.
Tell us how you first realized and when you first realized you had these gifts to be able to be a psychic, intuitive, to really understand astrology and the deep level that you do, and maybe define some of that for us too.
Sure.
People hear intuitive, they hear psychic medium, they hear medium,
yes.
Astrologist. Maybe break that down for us too.
Sure. Approximately at age of 11, Jim, my grandmother had passed away. And I remember laying in bed and just looking around, and I saw a spirit at the beginning of my bed at the time that she had passed.
Ooh.
And my grandmother came to me and she said, you have a mission before I go. And that mission is to help people in this world, to help them find themselves, to also to help them on their life path. And at age 11, which is a master number, I realized that, my God, as a child, it was a lot to take in. I went to my parents at the time. My parents were thinking about possibly bringing me to a therapist, because what 11-year-old would say that they had seen their grandmother pass? So as I grew up, I started to, when I was around people, I started hearing voices, and the voices were coming from spirits. And I was given information I wouldn't have known about. And as we progress, as I came into my teens, I actually connected with a very famous psychic who lived in New York by the name of Yolanda Bard. And Yolanda Bard was at that time the psychic to the stars. And
That's right.
she had been giving readings to some of the major names in Hollywood. And she told me at that time that I was going to be well known one day, that I was going to be an intuitive, I was a psychic. And that from that, it led to me doing readings, mini readings for people. And as I came into my own, and my own was around age 22, I started realizing I did indeed have this gift. So from at around age 22, people started coming to me. They asked me for readings, and I was doing them really pro bono, free of charge. And then people, my clients were saying, Peter, no, you definitely have the gift.
Mm.
And after meeting and giving a little tidbit, Yolanda introduced me at that time to Elizabeth Taylor, Liza Minnelli, and Tony Bennett. And I did a reading for Elizabeth Taylor. And Elizabeth Taylor said, my God, you definitely have the gift.
Wow. Wow. What was that like when Elizabeth Taylor told you that?
Well, when she said it to me, that was enough proof to me. And I had actually told her that she was going to be getting married again. She didn't believe it. And she said to me, no, I think I've had enough marriages. And then she went into rehab at that time, and she met Larry Fitensky.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Phew. So what happened from there? I mean, obviously that was sort of like a royal stamp of approval, but
Yes.
has it, has it ever been a burden to you? I know some I've spoken to, they're like, it could be a blessing and a curse in so many different ways, depending on how you treat it, how you respect it, and how you work with it.
Well, I also wanted to tell you, Jim, for many years before I was a psychic, I was a TV producer. And during the times that I was a TV producer, I was
Did I send you
producing,
my resume a few years ago?
I think so. I actually back then was working with a Robert Cable Lape, who is from Channel 7 News.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's
he
right,
was one of the top,
WABC. He
yeah,
did a lot of the restaurant reviews and yeah, Bob
absolutely.
Lape. Yeah.
Bob Lape, and Bob Lape and I became good friends. And at that time, I was doing readings on the set when people came to be interviewed. And I was giving them information before they were interviewed. And then after the programs, I did over 1,000 TV shows. And after the programs, after I won the awards with Producer of the Year award, and I decided at that point that I had lived up to what the expectations were from the universe and from God, and I segued into doing readings for other people.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you do most of the staff at WABC Channel 7 in New York too?
I was
Everybody
doing,
probably there was probably a
yes,
line of people waiting for you.
yes. In fact, I think at times people were saying to me, "Thank you very much, but I'm not interested."
You get that too, right? Are
Yes.
are people sometimes resistant? They don't understand it, fearful of it?
Fearful of it, anxious about it. They don't want me to tell them anything that is life changing, to the point that if I see something negative, I normally will not say it to the individual. If I do feel that they should see a doctor, or if there's a
Something
medical problem, I am not certified as a doctor. I'm not certified in the health field.
right, right.
A couple of years ago, I also wanted to convey to you, watching or your listening audience, I had done a psychic fair out in Long Island, and a couple came to me, husband and wife, and she sat down, and the wife said to me, "Can you give me a reading?" And I immediately picked up cancer.
Really?
And I told the husband, I said to the husband, "Please come over. I'd like to talk to you privately." husband said to me, "What is wrong?" And I said, "I would like you to take your wife to see an oncologist because I feel that there is something wrong with her, but I'm not a
Mm.
doctor." 2 weeks later, I received a call that he had taken his wife to the doctor and she was in stage 3, going to stage 4 cancer. So at that particular time, I realized that I had to be very careful with whatever information I was disseminating. If it had to do with medical, then I had to refer people to a specialist. Other people would come to me with marital issues, relationship issues, not knowing what their life path should be, where they're heading. And what I actually do is I tap into your guides, your spirit guides. I also set up astrological charts where, with the astrological chart, I take your exact birth date with your time of birth and the hour, minute, and second. I set up what is considered a natal chart, and then I ask the guides to come in, and the guides assist me with doing the interpretations from the natal chart.
Wow.
So that is in itself, and this is all a gift from God. As you are gifted, Jim, in your field, um, I take no credit for the gifts that I have because I feel intuitively that this gift is from God, and I've allowed myself to open up my chakras and my Kundalini energy in order to be grateful and to accept the gift that I was given.
That is absolutely amazing. It really, really is. I guess kind of like, a watch that's always ticking. Are you always on? I mean, are you always getting different vibes and signals and different feelings that come across 24/7? And are
Yes,
there certain times of the year, times of the day, seasons, nights, morning, whatever,
yes.
where things are stronger? We're now at the time of this show, we're approaching the holiday season. We're in fall where there's a lot of reflection. And now we're going into holiday time where we see family and we remember friends and family who might not be with us any longer as well. So there's time
Mhm.
for pause and reflection and then the coming hope of the new year. Does any of this come into play? And again, it's kind of like a doctor on call, just in terms of the 24/7 nature of this for you, huh?
Yes. Well, what I do at night before I go to bed, I pray to God, I pray to the guides, and I say, "Thank you for all the my blessings today, but I need time for myself." And then the guides will let me sleep. Um, if you are psychic, if you're an intuitive, if you have, what is the other term that I want to use? A lot of people are mediums. All these terms relate to the life, and there is more to life than the corporeal world. We live
Right.
in a very corporeal world, but there's also an incorporeal world that's very spiritual, and that's where the guides come from.
Merlin is watching in Canada. Says, does the reading sometimes bother you to the point of amazement of you and what you see?
Yes, because at times when they come to me, I actually get to see what heaven looks like. I get to see what God looks like. There are times that I go into the tunnel, what is called the death tunnel, and I see the brilliant white light. I see souls. And then when I get to the end of the tunnel, there is a life review, but I will meet people in there at times when if they're afraid or if they want to go through past life regression, which I'm learning that I'm able to do too. The other side is magnificent. There's perfection on the other side. We lack for nothing, Jim. Absolutely nothing. Everything is in synchronicity on the other side.
It is, huh?
Yes.
Hmm. Have you had experiences? Have you, even for yourself, not necessarily doing a reading for somebody else, but are
Yes.
you able to do a self examination as well? How does that work for you? Do
I've
you get things that come to you through all of this as well, and like, this is meant for me?
I do, and in fact, at night, my parents both have passed, and I am gifted through the universe of being able to talk to both my parents. So they come to me in my dreams, they come to me at night, they give me information. I also, I wanted to say to you, you have guides around you right now that I'm looking at. I want to also say to you, and this is going to sound a little far fetched, but one of the people that you have around you right now is Walter Cronkite.
Hmm,
So there are people that are
that's a
around
good one.
us. He's a good one. Years ago, I actually had the privilege of working very short time with Walter
With
Cronkite.
Walter Cronkite, yeah.
Yes. And
CBS News legend, yeah.
yes, but you do have, I can see the aura around you, I can see your guides around you. It is a world I am able to work with both my left side, left brain, and my right brain. And when I tune into those with the synchronicity, then this all comes together.
Now, for folks watching, when you say you actually can see the guides, are
Yes,
you seeing their faces? Are you seeing halo or aura or different things that happen? Like you mentioned, Cronkite and some others with me right now live during the
yes.
show. Are you seeing things happening like around me, or is it that you're physically feeling their presence, or is it all of the above?
It's all the above. I saw Cronkite behind you. I see the energy. I'm being told you're going to be expanding. They just said you're going to be expanding with your work. Excuse me. But yes,
Gets you all choked up, doesn't
it gets me all
it?
choked up. But at this point in my life, the thing that I find most fascinating is when people come to me, they ask where they should be, where they should go. We all have free will. I really believe that we all have free will. And
Right.
you ask me, do I consult with other readers? Absolutely. I work with another famous medium, and we do a podcast together every week, and I surround myself with psychics. I'm also, if I can mention this, I also am part of a healers and psychic expo that is monthly. And the person that's ahead of that is Sherry Kaplan, who's a very dear friend.
Yeah.
And
Where does that happen?
that is out of Dana Beach, Florida. And we all get together, we connect because we feel that we're like-minded, which we are.
Which is
A-
terrific, right?
and during the expo, people come in and they can talk to whoever they want to. We have people that deal with galactic worlds. We have people that deal with lifetime surrogacy or past life surrogacy. Whatever you would want, you can talk to the other side if you want to talk to a loved one. But I do want to mention also, Jim, that we all are intuitive. We all have psychic ability.
I've been described, and it's really interesting. Since starting this series 550 episodes ago, or whatever it may be, um, I've interviewed a lot of different people in my professional life too. Interviewing is one of the things that I do in my television radio career. I do a lot of other different things, but and I've interviewed a lot of people who have sort of the understanding that you have, which I understand as well. And there's three major things that they have said concurrently without
Yes.
any of them knowing this other person 6 months earlier at a dinner or a meeting or over the phone or after a interview that I did, news show or something. They keep saying three major things. They said, Jim, you operate from a high level consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
A high level consciousness. You really see things visually. Color is deep. Smell and taste and feeling. Every it's feeling is huge for you. You would like to feel it, not just know the nuts and bolts and the facts, but you like to feel them. So operating from a high level consciousness. Even a friend of mine who was very into all of that. We were on a TV shoot co-hosting a national show. And during the downtime, when the producers were adjusting cameras and scripts and all kinds of things, we were
Yes.
talking about that because she spoke, in front of the UN and, globally about it all. She says, you're operating from a higher level of consciousness. And she said, you're also, as has 25 other people, you're a high level empath and you are intuitive. And they keep saying those three things: intuitive, high level empath, and operating from a higher consciousness, which I totally embrace because it finally explains things that I feel on a day to day basis that
Yes.
I have felt since I was a kid, just
Mm.
didn't have the words for what it was. I was always like, a step ahead. I was always it was just an interesting thing, the things I could envision and feel and comfort and healing and all those different things. And it lays beautifully into the work that I've done all these years on television and radio and stage and film. And with a show like this, there's people have often said there's a vibe that they get from this show of the million things out there and all kinds of shows and videos and all this choice. There's something that they get about what transpires during the Jim Master Show live. And you know what it is? It's authenticity. It's warm, it's conversational, but it's authenticity. What's happening on these episodes, regardless of what the topic is or who the guest is, it's real, it's organic, it's authentic, and
But you're providing healing also. You
that's what
realize you're
I've
a
been
healer.
told
Yeah.
by
Yeah. Yes.
even when I'm not doing this show, just in day to day conversation, people will say that, and they'll say, you make it easier for me. I've interviewed psychiatrists who've told me I made it easier for them. And I'm like, but you're the one that does it for a living and gets the copay. I mean, you're the psychiatrist and I made you feel at ease and comfortable and safe and
Yes.
invited and welcomed. And that's an autopilot for me. That's something that's just natural. I'm
You do
always,
something else also. The other thing you do is we live in an age right now in 2021. We live in an age now where we turn on TV, radio, whatever, and we get a lot of negativity,
yes.
depression, negativity. Your show is so upbeat, it's so positive, it's so effervescent that when people tune into you, it's like being with a person in their living room and just connecting with a friend.
That's the way, yes, is
Yes, so that's
yeah,
which is you're healing with your TV show.
I appreciate that. That's that has been the that's been sort of the icing on the cake that has
Mm-hmm.
been resulting from these conversations. Sherry says, yes, he does. A great Zen place. Alessandra says, Jim, when I joined JMS Live, you brought me out of a dark place and I felt more alive than ever. It's Thank you, Alessandra in North Carolina, Alessandra Vaughn, for sharing that. And everybody's so open too that I get private notes and letters and where
Mm-hmm.
people are very, opening up to me about their lives. And I think it's so beautiful. Here's another question, Peter. Do you ever meet someone, then go about your day, then something pops in your thoughts about them? The reason I ask is that strangely is I've had a reading, then later on, she contacted me to come back. Hmm.
Mm.
So I would so she had a reading. She's in Florida. She had a reading,
Yes.
and it was almost, I guess, sort of urgent that Linda in Florida, go
Yes.
back for another one. There was, I guess, more or something else was coming through. And does that happen often too?
That happens with me. I have certain guidelines with the people that I read for. And my guidelines are this: when I get information over Zoom, or if I am on a phone session with you, whatever, or Messenger, after which sometimes messages come through to me after the session is over, and I will call you and will relay that to you. Some readers will constantly have you book appointments with them and to come back and come back. I particularly don't work that way because I normally tell people, if you want to wait about a month or 2 months to really, let's see what happens from the reading that I have provided for the client. I want enough time to progress, and then we can meet again. So I don't believe in providing readings every 2 weeks. I want you to be proactive also. And when you have a reading, and I do believe that each one of us, we can change our life circumstances. So, yeah, I've dealt with a lot of readers that have said, why don't you come back in 2 weeks? But I don't work that way.
Right, exactly, right. We've got another question here. And again, one of our lovely viewers actually live on the air
Yeah.
is waiting in the wings and going to join us in just a moment. Um, this person is all excited because she's going to get a live reading. Now, if any of you have questions while you're here with us live, feel free to throw things in here. Like Alessandra says, Peter, I have a question. What does it mean when a person can see things and then later down the road, it happens exactly how the person saw it?
Well, is that with the client, or when I see things, it may not be the exact scenario that I'm presenting to the client. They may have different circumstances of what the unfoldment will be. A perfect example that I'll give to you is years ago. Somebody called me for a reading, and I told them within about a year's time that I saw them connecting with Oprah Winfrey. And they said to me, Peter, you're a great psychic. You're a great astrologer. I don't see that happening. After a year, they called me and they said, guess what, Peter? I was just accepted for the Oprah Winfrey magazine. And recently they called me again. And I said, I saw this again. Recently, again, they were accepted for the Oprah Winfrey magazine. So
That's amazing, isn't it?
it is amazing. There's no linear time in heaven, Jim. There's no time. They are timeless, and in this world, in this corporeal, mundane world that we live in, we do everything by the clock. But
Yeah.
up in heaven, time does not exist.
Time does not exist. Christine Clifton in North Carolina says, this is always a fascinating area. I was fortunate to be an assistant um, to an animal medium in North Carolina and medical intuitive, and learned
Yes.
so much during these years. It's real. JMS is a welcoming, healing place. Thank you very much. So she concurs. She says, and tell us about that animal medium and medical intuitive. That's fascinating work too.
Yes, I've worked with animal intuitives. In fact, with the group that I work with, excuse me, once a month, the Healers Network. We have intuitives, animal intuitives that actually work one-on-one with people. And my circumstances has been also, I lost a lot of animals over the years. And at night, I get poor impressions in bed when I'm sleeping. My
Wow.
animals surround me when I'm in bed. So animals also have a soul. They are very connected with their loved ones. They care about their loved ones. And definitely, there are amazing animals intuitives out there. If you want to connect with them, I normally connect with animals through their dates of birth and sometimes I connect with them through their masters. But animals are on a
How
very, very
appropriate that is, through their
yes,
masters.
yes,
I love that one. Considering my last name.
yes, masters, master.
Merlin wants to know, do you believe in tarot card readings? Now, I will tell you that I had a situation when I was doing a radio show for years on iHeartRadio, where I was invited by a tarot card reader to come to her office.
Yes,
She was feeling compelled. I mean, she was feeling some strength, some energy, some aura. She said, Jim, you don't have to, but I really, really would love for you to come because I'm feeling something here, and I think you want to feel it too and know. So I said, sure, because I'm very open to everything. So I said, absolutely, I would love to. So she did it, and you know threw down all the cards and explained what each card meant and everything. And what was fascinating about it was every single card
yes.
literally matched everything that was going on at that time, and past and present, and as well as eventually future things. But everything that she flipped was exact in terms of her description and everything that was going on. Um, and then 30 days later, I got another call from another person who's deeply in that world, who does it in his home. And you go into the home, and it's a big Victorian home. And he has all kinds of charts and graphs and maps.
Mm,
And just he and his wife are very, very deep in it. And I went there too, and he had he gave me a report this thick about everything that he learned. And every single card he flipped and every single thing he said matched what the other tarot card reader said 30 days earlier. And I didn't tell either one that I had visited either one because they personally invited me.
yes.
That was fascinating. How about you with that? Do you have a involvement with that? Merlin's asking about that.
Yes, in fact, a true psychic, if you're truly psychic and you're truly gifted as an astrologer or you're gifted in cards, your readings should be congruent with other readings that somebody else may give to you. If you go to a reader and they're telling you information, you go to somebody else and that reader tells you information that doesn't sound the same as the reader, then I would not bother going back to that reader. I have found this because I've studied with one of the most famous astrologers in New York. And I did readings for her before I started doing this myself, and we started comparing notes, and her charts match my charts. So if you go to a reader, Jim, if they're doing cards, if they're doing astrology or a psychic, and the information is analogous or almost 95%, you're with a good reader.
Mm, mm. That's
So
amazing.
yes,
Yeah, yeah, and that's exactly what happened, which was eye-opening and truly fascinating. What is a typical day like for you? Again, is it like the antenna are always raised, or is there a way for you so you can sleep and you can rest to shut it off for a while? Do you have the ability to tamp it down, shut it off, and close it off so then you can do Peter, uh, as opposed to having all these other things coming at you in addition to
yes.
you trying to live Peter's life? How are you able to do that?
Well, during the day, I have to pretty much tell the guides that I need rest. And once they know I need rest, they won't I don't get a plethora of information during the day. If I'm in a reading, then the guides will come in. Once I'm done with the reading, then they will pretty much back off from me. It is a difficult life to live. I want to be very upfront with you. And one person in my life that's always saying to me, please relax, take time out for yourself, is a mutual friend of us, and that's Stefan. So Stefan and I talk during the day, and if I feel that
Stefan Ryback, who was
Stefan right back,
a guest
yes.
on our show and is a dear friend and a really beautifully, beautiful broadcast colleague of mine too, but just a gifted person as well with a wonderful heart and who's experienced a lot of life as well.
Yeah, Stefan Ryback and I we do professional podcasts during the month. He is the commentator. And I'm also working with Lynn von Prague Rotten, who is related to James von Prague, who is a very famous medium. And Lynn and I have been doing podcasts with Stefan Ryback. And yeah, when we go on the podcast, they want to give information to all their families. And in fact, one of my guides told me a couple of months ago that I'd be going on a TV podcast, but I didn't know back then exactly whose show it was going to be. And it's your wonderful show, Jim.
The Jim Master Show Live. See, isn't that amazing? Sherry Larson in Kansas says, off the subject, just wanted to say I love the picture behind you. Did it belong to someone special? I've been told people's energy sometimes stays with us through objects, stays with the objects themselves. So there's a picture behind you.
Well,
So
yes,
does she mean a picture, like a picture that you pour, or a picture maybe? Because I see a lot of pictures behind you. Is there a picture behind you too?
there's a picture in my hutch cabinet.
So maybe she's seeing
The
that and seeing the pictures
Well,
too.
the pictures, the article behind me was done in the Litchfield County Times about 2 years ago. The other picture, I'm in a tuxedo, is when I won the Executive Producer of the Year award. And then the other picture, which is kind of hard for you to see, was taken at Mar-a-Lago in the dining room of President Trump's home when I was at Mar-a-Lago, and I was down there years ago, about 20 years ago, and I was asked to do private readings at Mar-a-Lago for guests that were staying at the club. And the rest of the things behind me, I collect things from the Dutch, the Dutch County in New York.
And
But
I think she said the word pour. So
poor.
up
Well, I'm
above you on
sorry
the
if I wasn't.
left, there, I think on the third shelf, there is this big
Oh,
sort of
that's it.
beige
Yeah, these are
pitcher. Is that
a
family
picture.
heirlooms?
Yes, those are all family heirlooms. I actually live in a 250-year-old dairy farm. So these are things that I have collected over the years that have brought me a lot of happiness.
And you are in it's Northwest Connecticut?
Northwest, I'm in
Yeah.
Litchfield County.
Litchfield County.
Yes,
Beautiful
and
area.
yeah, a lot of as you would probably know, Jim, a lot of the Hollywood celebrities have summer homes here.
Yes, from they work in New York and then they live in Connecticut,
Yes,
absolutely. Or the next step is the Berkshires of
the Berkshires,
Massachusetts
yes,
and then Vermont,
correct.
or out towards Newport and along that way, yeah, hugging the coast as well. Um, Toby, who's watching in Southern California, says, "Do you get spooked at times, Peter? Do you ever?" Is it very intense to where, even you step back and you're like, this is really intense?
I do get spooked at times. If I see, perfect example at night, if I am in my room and I'm watching TV and I turn around and there's a spirit there that I don't exactly recognize, yes, I do get spooked. I know I'm not in any harm's way. I know they would never hurt me. I do get spooked, but they are here to bring love. They're here to bring messages to us. The departed are watching over us. They are just on a different dimension than we are. They could be on the third dimension, the fourth dimension, but each one of us, when we lose somebody, I hope people aren't spooked by the spirits, because they're watching over us. They're here to help us and love us.
How about when sometimes they say, gee, the door closed, or the washing machine just happened to go on, or
Happens
all
all the
these,
time.
yeah, that's all part of this, huh?
Yes, it's all part of it. But we live in multi dimensions. I don't know if you're familiar with that, Jim,
Yeah,
but we are living in a world of multi dimensions. This dimension that we're in is not really reality. It's almost like a Shakespearean play. It's a
yeah.
play within a play. The real spiritual world, or the real world we all are aspiring to, we create, and I wanted to tell that to your audience, we create in our own thoughts, our own thinking, the reality that we want to live in this life. So you have created your brilliant background of being on TV, of being given awards. You have created that for yourself, because this is where your soul has taken you, and you're doing a brilliant job of it. Mine has brought me into being a TV producer and being an astrologer and a psychic. So for everybody watching this program, we do create our own reality. If you're not happy with your life, just change your thinking and connect through meditation. Give yourself meditation at night. Just go off to bed. It could be Louise Hay. It could be Wayne Dyer. It could be whomever you enjoy listening to. It could be Anthony Robbins. You will create your own reality. So we are responsible for our own happiness.
Jane says she's watching live in Sweden. She's one of our lovely viewers who watches from Sweden. She says, if I see a half body or paper coming out from a wall, what does that mean? Do I somewhere deep inside have some sort of gift for this without knowing it?
Yes, you do have a gift. You have the gift you were born with. That's another thing. The guides come to me and tell me, a lot of people right now, because we're going through changes with Jupiter and Saturn, and Jupiter is in Aquarius and Saturn's been in Aquarius. A lot of us are being elevated with our thinking. A lot of us are going through changes with the energy. A lot of people are having difficult times coping with the energy changes. But in answer to that, yes, if you're seeing that, then you are connecting with the other side, and it's nothing to be afraid of.
It could be very beautiful, right?
It
In
can
so
be
many
absolutely
different
beautiful.
ways. Yeah. If you what do you say to somebody who is resistant to all of this, who's like, come on, nonsense, not real, whatever. I want raw and real, and I want it, in my face and on paper and all of that. I'm sure you deal with that every once in a while, but when
Yes.
you do, how do you work with that, or how do you answer
Well,
that? Do you
the
say,
skeptic.
sit down and give me 30 minutes?
I'll change the world. When they come to me, or I do it over the phone, I tell them in the first 10 to 15 minutes, if the reading is not sounding to your liking, if you're not relating to it, that we can end the session. But if people are skeptical, I will normally, within about 20 minutes, they start turning their thinking around. They start feeling uplifted. They start feeling more enlightened. And then they say to me, oh my God, I can't believe this. This is fantastic. I have never felt like this before. This is amazing. I have a whole new outlook on life. That's what skeptics, and there's a lot of skeptics out there, and I welcome them. The people even that I'm working with in the expo, we welcome skeptics, because eventually they came because they're looking for answers.
They wouldn't be there at all, right? If they're
Exactly.
They're digging a little bit. Jane in Sweden wants to know, are you able to do readings on people long distance in other countries? She happens to be in Sweden.
Yes, absolutely.
So location makes no difference. It's
No difference whatsoever.
that is amazing. Really, really amazing. A couple more. Toby says, my brother passed in 1995. I'd say about 3 months after the answering machine went off several times. One night with no one there. The next day, my brother's best friend said he was thinking of calling him. Mm,
Wow.
yeah, that's interesting, huh? And
That
Christine,
happens. In
yeah.
fact, when people recently depart, they actually are going through a process where they transition from the physical or corporeal into the etheric spiritual body. And when they get to the other side, sometimes I will get phone calls, or money will be moved, or an object will be moved. That's the way the spirit is trying to let you know that they're thinking about you and they're in contact with you.
Mm, it really is fascinating. A couple more here, and then we'll bring our guest,
Sure.
our lovely viewer here. Christine says from North Carolina, how do you feel about us seeing orbs with our eyes in real time or in photos? Sometimes I've had, when I was in Red Rocks, Colorado on a television
Yes.
shoot, there was a lot of videography, but there was also a lot of photos. And there was a multitude of photos specifically there in Red Rocks, Colorado, with,
Hmm.
that beautiful open air location where there were orbs all around me. You saw it coming above me, around me, and it showed up in quite a few photos. And some people will be, oh, that's just the sun's reflection. It's the camera, how it perceived it or whatever. Um, I don't know, because I felt a real vibe and an energy when I was there. And she's asking, how do you feel about us seeing orbs with our eyes in real time or photos? Sometimes you can see the face of the person or an animal that has
Yes.
transitioned. So many signs to let us know they are here. With that, and would you say the orbs I was experiencing in Red Rocks, Colorado, uh, were orbs? Were those watching over me while I was, away on that television project?
Absolutely. If you're seeing orbs, it's not because of the lighting, it's not because of something with the camera. The guides come in orbs and the spirits come in orbs, and they can float around. They can be, we also are, and I'm going to use the term, ubiquitous. We can
Yeah.
be ubiquitous at one time. We can be in a multitude of places at one time and be with one person and then be with another person. So yeah, I'm being told right now you were seeing orbs because of the fact of how spiritually connected you are.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it
Yeah,
is amazing.
it really absolutely is. Here's another one. Let's see if we got another one coming in here. I don't know. I've tried this and I don't think it really works. How does an empath turn off their empath stuff? If you're empathetic
Yes.
and if you're a high level empath, you could try to turn it off, or tamper it, taper it down.
Mm-hmm.
I have found that the world doesn't cut me slack to do that. The world doesn't
No.
let me. They're like, no, come on, yeah, that's nonsense. Like if there's a day where you're just like, well, I just want to sleep on the couch. I'm exhausted. I just want to. I can't run and assist, and then I'll be there, but maybe not today, or maybe tomorrow, but the slack isn't allowed. It's not cut because they've got you figured that you're an empath, and like you, it's a 24/7 thing. And if you alter anything, you're you know faking it, or you're just come on, and they don't let you do it. And
No.
I know with Alessandra, it's probably she's saying, how can I do it? Because it can be very exhausting mentally and physically to be one all the time. And she's probably at the point of exhaustion. So how do you shut
Yes.
it off? And is it something you can shut off, or um I mean, we can talk about this another time because it's a longer story, but I drove alone through
Yeah.
Death Valley after a TV shoot. And it was that time I drove alone through Death Valley, I was able to not reduce it, but create something that I hadn't created before, which is so essential in life: boundaries.
Boundaries,
Created
yes.
boundaries. I never really had any boundaries. I was always 24/7. Be there, whatever you need. Yes, let's roll up our sleeves. Let's dig in. I got it. You go home. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. Put your head on my shoulder. All of that. But when it was driving alone in the heat of August, unplanned through Death Valley, that really threw a lot of things my way. Got to put the oxygen mask on you first. The world will spin on its axis, whether you continue to save it or not. And there will be times when there are gifts like driving alone through Death Valley unplanned, because you kept getting these vibes pulling you in there with this rental car. Times when things like that happen and it's a gift just for you. You
Yes.
don't always have to have other people around to enhance it because you like to be the gift giver. All of that happened when I drove about 2 years ago through Death Valley after a
Amazing
television shoot.
experience.
Life changing,
Yes.
really life changing, and one that I've been very expressive about because it's like it pours out of me. And now when I go on the plane and I hear the flight attendants say, "Put the mask on you first," I still get a little antsy. Doesn't come natural, but I understand it because that way I'll have oxygen to help others. Alessandra says, yes, it's very exhausting to be an empath at these levels.
Yes.
You,
Very exhausting.
when we started the show, folks, he had jet black hair. That's how exhausting it is.
And we'll go back there tomorrow, Jim.
It's all the time, and I never get a break, she says. Any advice for Alessandra? Sounds like it's really haunting her to be so. And with everything, you can also take on the world's problems. Where we're talking about
Yes.
pandemics and all this other stuff. You see these things that are happening around the world to other people as well, and you can feel deeply for others. I mean, part of that's emotional intelligence too, being empathetic and understanding the plight of others. I'm very in tune with
Hmm.
all that too. Um, but it's any advice for her as far as maybe not controlling it, because it's the essence of who she is. It's a beautiful thing, actually. There should be more empathy in the world. We say that often,
Hmm.
but how can she do it without it consuming her?
What I try to do is I do a lot of meditation and I ask the guides to give me rest. And when you ask the guides to give you rest, they will help you back off. We have chosen this to be empathetic. We have chosen to be empaths. So, because we have chosen this, it is something that we have decided to do. But I lay back at night, I listen to meditation, and I just tune out and I go to sleep. So, I hope that works for you.
That
So,
is a great, yes, that's a great
yeah.
recommendation. A great recommendation. Absolutely. Um, Linda Odell says, my dad passed away on October 7th, 1998. As I was laying in bed, I could have sworn I heard him call my name. He didn't say anything else, but a calmness went right through me. I've had people pass, relatives and whatnot, friends, colleagues of all ages, and because there is no script for that either. And
Right.
there are times when and definitely within range of the passing, where I'm hearing them and I'm feeling them and I'm seeing them in the dreams at night. And I had one dream about a relative that passed that was so vivid
Mm,
that when I woke up, I still felt the linger of
feeling
them.
them.
They weren't standing there, but yet that dream was so rich and so vivid that it carried me through a couple of days.
Mm.
where I
Wow.
felt that individual, that loved one, as if they were still here. The depth of their being was so in line with mine through that,
Yes.
which is unbelievably amazing.
Well, if you're open to it, Jim, it's going to happen to you. And many people that are closed minded have to wait until it is time in their life where they will allow their third eye to open, or they will be with their volition, their will. The more you meditate, the more you tell the guides, the more you tell the universe that you're open to seeing orbs and receiving empathic information, the more this is going to be given to you. And it is, there's times, Jim, that I say, why did I choose this? Why, in my wildest imagination, did I go from being a TV producer to becoming a psychic and astrologer? But then I got the message that I accepted this before I decided to come into this life. And I'm working on my own karma right now as I work with other people and helping other people. And I did want to mention to you also a couple of weeks ago when I did a reading for Oprah's producer, she said, "What do you see?" And I said, "I see you moving into a home that's on the water." "Oh, I don't think my husband would really like that. I really want to move." And she said, "I'm empathic also." And I said, "You create this and it's going to happen." A month later, they were closing.
Wow. That I have that happen a lot. I also get vibes about people, and I've been very, very helpful in steering dear friends,
Mm-hmm.
colleagues, even some family away from people that are going to take them in the wrong direction,
Yes.
sell them a bill of goods and it's not going to work out, and or be hurtful, or be a harmful situation in terms of just the relationship will be very hurtful. And I can really read people. I can figure out a con artist real quick and all this other, and it's an automatic thing. And people will come to me and they're like, well, what do you think? And what is your feeling? And I'm like, mm,
Well,
I'm
how
not,
do you feel? How do you feel when you handle this?
when I do, when somebody comes to me and they,
When somebody comes to you, I mean, being in the field that you're in now, how did you accept this? Do
yes,
you
I do.
embrace
Yes.
it? Do you
Yeah.
realize it's part of who you are?
I realize it's part of who I am. And it always turns out to be correct.
Mm,
There's been a couple people who, I don't want to use the word I saved them, but I did steer them in a direction where they were not taken advantage of or hurt, ripped off, conned, or what have you, because there's some sort of a third eye, with all the warmth and like you say, healing and empathy and all
yes.
that. There's also this other version. I say it's the New Yorker in me, but that alone, you're already sort of a step ahead of just what's this about? Let's figure this out.
Yes.
But I also feel it's been passed down because there's other family that have this keen ability.
Ah,
And it's very interesting because I sort of have this understanding of figuring out like a con artist or whatever in advance. When there's one around me and they're doing their pitch or they're trying to whatever, um, when they look in my eyes and I look at them, somehow they know that I got them figured out,
yes.
and they'll just fade away. And I won't have to say anything. I won't have to say, you know, I know this is all nonsense, or you're a shyster, or you're going to rip people off, you're going to hurt people, or, this is nonsense. But they sort of disappear, because what I love about that is that means all the people that are around me in my life are people who want to be there, people I want there, and
Yes.
there isn't any of that nonsense. There that those people sort of, when they come around me, they do their thing, or they'll do their thing to somebody I care about or a colleague or whatever, but they'll know that I know, and they'll just sort of get on the horse and ride off into the west.
It's also because of your energy. You're very positive. Your energy is very, very intense. And because your energy is intense and because you're very positive, they will know to back off, because I call them psychic vampires. A lot of people will go around and they will try to cling to a psychic or an astrologer or a reader, and they will try to get into the core of who you are. And I normally at night, I light a candle or I put a white light around me, and that's how I protect myself. But they say the old adage is, when you got it flaunted, well, Jim, you got it. So, like
And
the yes,
it's done in an automatic and sort of understated way.
yes.
Um, I'm not a yeller. I've never really been a yeller. I don't really yell.
Well, you're a Libra, correct?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Libras like peace.
Yes.
Everything is equanimity. Everything is being tactful. Everything
Yeah.
is being, you don't like to hurt people. You want to see people happy. And in the meantime, you're organized. You like organization. I kind of feel perfectionistic tendencies here, but
Virgo
that's okay.
rising.
A Virgo rising, everything's got to be perfect and everything has to be in its proper place. Yes.
Actually, Peter, can you move your chair just a little bit to the right now?
I took
No,
you
you're the TV
seriously then.
producer. You already went through heroics to make sure the lighting, and you are actually, your head is perfectly placed to where the two doors open in that cabinet. You have it down. You got the
Yes.
candles on each side, like a set.
Everything's like a set. When I was doing TV shows at Montclair State College with Bob Lape, they would actually bring in a ruler and make sure that everything was aligned straight. So tonight I had help with the alignment, but I actually was preparing for your show about for the past couple of days, and
Were you
my
nervous at all?
was I nervous at all?
Yeah.
There's times where I'll admit, when I first started out, I always have a little anxiety. But I found out, and this was a shock to me. I found out years ago when I was talking with who was it, Catherine Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor said, "I am always nervous when I perform."
Yeah.
Catherine Hepburn said the same thing to me.
Yeah. Right.
As human beings, we all get nervous. So no, no, I'm fine now.
Good. Perfect. That's what I've done my job then. Yeah, no,
You
it's
did a brilliant job, Jim.
and I tell people that say when they're nervous, that's a good thing. Because there's times when I even get nervous, even though it doesn't look like I am.
Yes.
And I'm very aware of every sound, every move, but yet have a calm appearance and sort of calm, cool, collected. I'm described as, but inside it's a sport. All the cylinders are firing. The adrenaline is on. I am
Oh
aware
God,
of
yes.
everything, especially working in television, and radio, and everything is on. But the key is to always have it seem on purpose and natural, and it was supposed to happen. And so I think the combination for me of me being me, coupled with the years of training,
Yes.
um, have blended beautifully together in this way. I'll always have people that'll say afterwards, "Oh, I wasn't sure. You have a certain uh, aura, and not command, but a confidence." I've interviewed a lot of
Yes.
people who are executive leadership experts. They work
Mm-hmm.
with people who are in leadership roles or assuming leadership roles, and they'll always say, uh, they'll sort of describe me as an understated leader, a leader somebody who can easily lead people and bring people together and lead them, but in an understated way, not a rah, 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 come on, let's go, whip it, coach type thing. Come on, yeah, all right, let's go. Let's, drop and do 10. No, much more of an understated
Dated.
way. And again, when I had somebody say that, who's an expert in leadership development, I was like, you know what? Again, here is something where I always felt that when I was a kid, just couldn't define it. And it's kind of cool when you have these definitions, huh?
Absolutely. I want to relate a short, quick story. Years ago, my grandmother had told me that she was working at one point with Barbara Streisand, and my grandfather had worked with Jackie Gleason, and Barbara Streisand had told my grandmother in the behind the scenes that she was a nervous wreck going out one night and performing. And my grandmother said, "How do you get over it? How did you get over it?" And she said, "I envision the whole audience without clothing, and I'm able to overcome my anxiety." And I said, "What a wonderful way of
That's
coming out." And my grandmother had shared that story with Barbara Streisand, and my grandmother was wearing a mink stole to Broadway. And Barbara said to her, "Vivian, I hope one day I am in a position to buy as beautiful a jacket as you're wearing tonight." My grandmother said, "Barbara, I'm sure you'll have many." Well, today Barbara Streisand can pretty much buy whatever she wants.
you can buy the store. Yeah.
By the store. But I understand even people like Celine Dion and other professional people all have a degree of stage fright.
It's a beautiful thing in terms of if you can get it under control. It's those butterflies that you get in the stomach, the pit of your stomach. And I've always been told that that's a beautiful thing because it is telling you still care about what it is you're about to do. You're still passionate about it. The butterflies are circling, reminding you that this is something that you believe in, that you want to strive for excellence
Yes.
with. So to embrace that, because when you lose the butterflies and you're not nervous about that anymore, and you don't get
Hmm.
anxious, it's time to make a change. You've lost that passion for whatever that is in life, career wise, relationship wise, or anything. If the butterflies go away, that is a sign that some change might need to happen. And a lot of people right now with this, pandemic and everything, the economy, a lot of people are making those changes. A lot of people are changing careers and relationships and themselves and digging deeper. And there's a
Hmm.
mass shift with all that, huh?
Well, there's a mass shift going on. I'm finding in my practice more and more people that are staying at home and doing their work instead of going back to a 9 to 5 job. They've decided they're going to write books. They're going to create courses for becoming life coaches. A lot of people today are just redefining their lives, and they're deciding who wants to go back to a 9 to 5 job. I'm going to create my own business. A lot of people come to me, even psychically and with the astrology, and say, "What do you see in the chart?" And I've taken people from their jobs. In fact, one of my friends came to me, and I pushed for her to go into a nursing agency. She opened up the agency, and 3 years later, she sold it for big money.
Wow.
So we all have different jobs. We can all do different jobs in our lives, but you and I are very fortunate enough that we are in the entertainment field and that we do have the audiences. Hopefully, they will want us to constantly come back and to entertain them. So I love what I do. And, the other person that I feel that has been a major factor in my life also with going to the next level, you talk about, and I'm a perfectionist. I like to do things in a perfectionistic way. I'm always trying to do better. I'm always trying to achieve things better. And every time I talk with Stefan Ryback and we're doing our podcast, we're always trying to do things better. We try to ameliorate them. We try to bring different topics to all of you watching. So, for everybody that's watching out there, you were born for a reason. God created you for a wonderful unfoldment. And I am hoping and praying that you live up to what your God given gifts are, because we're here for a short period of time. And we each want to leave a little memory of who we were. That could be with your family or your friends. But
Absolutely right.
yeah,
Yeah. I mentioned that we have one of our viewers.
yes.
You had asked me, about maybe doing a live reading. So I selected one of our viewers
Mm-hmm.
before we went away for a little mini fall New England getaway, and our viewer is actually waiting in the wings and all excited. And we're going to bring her on right now. She's live and direct from New York City. Here's one of our Jim Masters Show Live faithful, lovely viewers. She's going to have a reading done live by a renowned astrologer and psychic Peter Marks here on the show. And anybody that's watching, we thank you very much for watching live and all the comments that are coming in. We encourage you to give this episode a like on our YouTube channel. Thumbs up, like, leave a comment for us on our YouTube channel as well. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, we would absolutely love it. Because again, as you know, every episode is something different. Just look back at all the 500 plus episodes. Every show is something different and unique and quite special. This is one of our lifestyle segments here, episodes of Jim Masters Show Live. So let's welcome our special lovely viewer joining us here, Kathleen Walker from New York City. Hey, Kathleen, how are you? And
Hi,
welcome.
Jim.
Kathleen.
Hi, Peter. Hi, everyone.
I
How
love
are
your
you?
setting. You look like you're in NASA.
It's craft quarters here. So I'm
Yeah.
not moving.
So Kathleen, meet Peter. Peter, meet Kathleen. And Peter, are you already getting some vibes? And take us through, what this process is like.
Sure.
And Kathleen is a very
Absolutely.
she's a wonderful person. She's very open. So, you're free to roll.
Okay, Kathleen, hi.
Hi.
Hi. First of all, I wanted you to know I've tapped into your guides. I've also been tapping into your name, and I created your astrological chart, which means I took your date of birth, your exact date of birth, and I created a chart so I could tune into the heavens. Now, the first thing I want to say to you, are you aware that you have master energy? You were born with an 11 vibration, which means you're very intuitive. Are you aware of that?
I think so, a little bit.
All right. Do you meditate at all, Kathleen? Do you meditate or anything like that?
No.
All right. I want to tell you, you should start to meditate, because my guides are telling me that you would be more open. Now, I also want to say to you, your karma, do you know what karma is?
Kinda.
All right.
Yeah.
Karma means that you're here for a life purpose. Now, are you aware that you came in to be of service to other people?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Do you care when if there is sensitivity to you? Are you aware? Do you tune into that sensitivity that you have?
Yeah.
All right. And what do you do with that sensitivity?
Sometimes it comes out as crying, or just get too sensitive about a lot of things.
You got too sensitive about a lot of things. All right. Do you find at times that you sublimate things, that you don't openly let other people know? Because I feel you're more like a peacemaker. Do you understand what I mean by a peacemaker?
Yes.
Do you feel that you do a lot of peacemaking in life?
Yeah.
All right. And how do you deal with that? Is that with personal relationships or relationships in the family?
I think both.
You do both. All
I
right.
like to try to bring everybody together.
All right. You like to see harmony. You like to see everybody happy. If
Hmm.
you're stressed out, that really upsets you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You don't like confrontations with people. And as soon as they start confronting you and upsetting you, you're going to just pull away. You're going to go into your own little corner and you want to be by yourself, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, I also want to say to you, there's a lot of energy that the guides are showing me that comes through your head. Are you aware that you have a lot of energy? Are you using that creatively for your work?
I don't think so.
All right. What are you doing specifically for work?
Well, my job just ended. I worked at the stadium for the New York Mets.
All right. All right. Now, you're behind the scenes.
Yes.
All right. Do you find it difficult when you're out in front of the public? Is it easier for you to be behind the scenes than to be up front? Because I'm going to say this to you. You have a lot on in your chart. You have a lot of abilities that I want you to work on in this life. And do you challenge yourself? Is there something, are you enjoying what you're doing, or are you challenging yourself?
Um, I used to enjoy it. I mean, work wise.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to enjoy it more than I do now.
Are you
So
looking for a change?
yes.
All right. I'm seeing
Pretty
changes
much.
coming up for you. And right now I feel like you're pretty much had it.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, I want to ask you this. Do you feel good about yourself? Because I'm feeling that you need a little bit more confidence to go out and to get the type of job that you really want. Are you relating to that?
Sometimes, yeah.
All right. Now, I actually see you in the future. And I want to ask you this. Do you have a connection to business? Would you like to do things in business? Have you ever thought of doing anything with business or connecting with somebody with business?
No, I don't think I'm the business type.
All right, because I pick up a lot of shyness with you.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what I'm picking up. And I want you to overcome
Hmm.
that shyness because, in all truth and honesty, you're not living up to your total potential. Now, let me ask you this. Are you very much a perfectionist when it comes down to your work?
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
Does everything have to be detailed after the things have to be a certain way for you?
I like doing things the right way. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. If somebody does something, do you at times feel that you have to do it over, or do you get frustrated with them not doing it the right way?
um, I don't get frustrated at first, but I'll try to explain to them the right way to do it. And then if they still don't listen, then I'll get
All right.
frustrated.
All right. Your guides are telling me you do things in a very professional way. And what I
Mhm.
want to say to you also, you tap in. The energy comes in, your mindset, you know how things have to go. But if they don't go that way, then I feel you get frustrated.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And when you get frustrated, you say, oh my God, why did they do it that way? I could have done it twice as quickly. I could have done it on my own. Correct?
Yes. And the frustrations come out as tears sometimes, and people misconstrue that as being upset, but it's just frustrating.
All right. It's just frustrating. And what do you do about the frustration?
Uh, hmm. Just try to get past it. Try to help people out.
Oh, try to. All right. Now, when you say helping people out, how do you like it? Because I want you in the future to challenge yourself. And what do we mean challenge yourself? You're capable of doing far more, honey, than you're doing right now. You're afraid of failing. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Have you challenged yourself in the past and found that you are capable of more? Because the guides are telling me within about 5 months, you're going to want to leave where you are right now. You're not going to want to stay there. And they're saying you're getting more and more frustrated and you're looking for the out and you're trying to figure out where to go next, correct?
Yes.
All right. So what steps, your guides are talking to me right now. What
Hmm.
steps are you making in order to turn your life around?
Of the I'm looking into doing something else right now. I'm getting the paperwork ready and applying and pretty much have it done, but I know it's gonna come soon.
All right, it's going to come soon. What I want you also to do, and they're talking to this about, they're telling me to tell you this. They want you to do more meditation. They're also talking to me. Are there any issues around food or eating? Because they just said to me issues around food or eating.
Yeah,
All right, and I'm not specifically talking about weight. I'm talking about proper dietary habits. Are you
right.
understanding that?
Mm-hmm.
All
Yes.
right, because your guides are telling me they want you to change your the foods that you're taking into your body.
Oh yeah, I agree.
You agree? All right.
Yes.
You also need more water, honey. I'm picking up. You need to drink more water.
It's pretty much all I drink all day, but okay.
All right, all right. Now, the good news is in approximately 4 to 6 months, there is going to be a job change for you. There is going to be. But I'm also going to say this, you need life coaching, hon, and that's not in a negative way. We all need somebody to cheer us on and give us confidence. I'm feeling right now, and the guys are saying the only thing you're missing is confidence in yourself and the ability. And are you recognizing that?
Yes.
All right. Now, when you were growing up, honey, they keep on saying, were you given support? Were you given support from your family?
Yeah,
Okay. And did you have any dreams or any ideas of what you wanted to do when you were growing up?
I did.
All right. What would be your ideal job?
Ooh. Well, I used to want to be a teacher, but
Okay. Yes.
um, but now I honestly don't know. Don't know.
All right.
Just I like helping people.
You like, all right, would you consider assisting people that are either elderly or that are geriatrics? Because this is what you came in to do. This is your life purpose, to
Hmm.
help geriatrics people, to care for them, to dress them. Are you recognizing that?
Yeah.
Remember at the beginning of the reading, I said to you, you came in to serve other people?
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh,
And
okay.
you are, I see you. Were you at any time thinking about going back to school?
No, I hated school.
You hated school. All right.
Yeah.
Because they're showing me you getting certification. They're showing me you
Okay.
getting and the certification is from helping other people out. So is the
Okay.
job now that you're looking at helping other people?
Yes.
That's exactly where you see. We kind of took the roundabout way with this,
Yeah.
but do you remember when we started this? I said to you, you came into service and help other people.
Yes.
Well, that's exactly where you're supposed to be. And
That's true.
I just want you to know your guides are saying to me, you're a wonderful, wonderful person.
Mhm.
And you just love people, but you also have to accept self love. Do you ever work on self love for yourself?
Oh yeah, I think I'm better at that than I used to be. That's for sure.
All
With
right.
the
When you
help
were
and
young,
support of
yeah. When you were younger, I'm sensing there was a lack of love there. But I want to tell you where I see you going and where I see you ending up, you're going to be very, very happy. Are there specific questions that you have?
know that it's good to hear that because I know the direction I'm going in now to help someone in particular is hopefully going to be the right thing and will last for as long as it can.
All right. Now, the other thing they're asking me, do you find when you get worked up or anxious or that you feel that you're out of control, that you need more balancing or stability?
Yeah, get like panicky, sort of. Yeah.
Yes. And when you
Mhm.
panic, do you feel that you need more equanimity? Do you need more solace? Because they're telling me they want to come to you. They want to come to you and help you out. But they're saying to me, parts of you, are you open to meditation and spirituality?
Yeah, sure.
All
Yeah.
right.
Never tried it, but yeah, sure.
Oh, you never try to be, you're
Mhm.
more in the business mode. Is that correct?
I'm sorry?
You're more in the business mode than into the spiritual, because I do see you having more concern about business and jobs and making money. But I want to tell you, I'm going to help you with the guides. Open up your energy system, and they want you to meditate more if you can do that.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
there's okay. So what other questions you have?
Um, my mother died just over a year ago, and
Okay. You said your mother died over a year ago?
just over a year just passed. Yeah.
All right. Can I have her first name, please?
Elvira.
Elvira.
Mhm.
All right. And give me her date of birth for me to tune into her.
July 28th.
July. All right. July 28th. And her year of birth, honey.
1934.
1934. All right. And when did she pass?
August 30th,
Oh, so this
2020.
is recent.
2020. Yeah.
This is recent.
Last year. Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to tune into the energy here. All right. I just got a message from the other side. They are talking to me. They just said to me, family was everything to them. Are you identifying with this?
Yeah.
The family was everything.
Yeah.
That's all she cared about.
Yep.
All
All
right.
she worried about. Yep.
All right. Now, I also want to say to you, she was God. Was your mother a very energetic person? Because I pick up a lot of energy from her.
Yeah.
Was she a
Yes.
take charge person?
Uh, when she had to. Yeah.
When she had to be?
Yeah.
Okay. Your mother is saying to me that the most important thing to her was you. And I'm also feeling here, she's giving a lot of things to me, but she's also, your mother was a very social person, wasn't she?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to know your mother just handed me a rose for you. She's handing me a rose, and then she's showing me the house. Now, I'm being shown garden, I'm being shown house. Did your mother enjoy doing things at home?
Uh, she had a small apartment at first, and then she lived with family,
Then
so
she lived at.
she didn't go out much.
All right, all right. Now, was money an issue? Because she's showing me, she's saying something about finances.
Not as far as I know for her.
All right, because she just said she's talking to me about more money. Oh, she's saying about money for you.
Oh.
All right, she's saying to me more money for you. She's watching over you right now. All right, now she's saying to me increase of money for you. She just gave me that message. Are you looking for an increase in salary?
Yeah, it would be nice.
It would be nice.
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
I'll take it.
Take it. Okay. Now I'm being shown surrounded by family, and that's all. She said to me, I didn't really want anything else. I just wanted to make sure you were all right. Your father, you have siblings, correct?
Yes.
All right. Because she's talking to me, she worried a lot. Do you realize that?
I'm sure she did. I'm sure she did.
All
Yeah.
right. Now, do you know why she was so worried?
Well, she always worried about our health, and I worked late sometimes, so she would worry about that. But she
Okay.
always worried about us and make sure we do you have enough food? Do you have enough money? And she would always make sure we had what we needed, and she just never complained about anything and never
That-
worried about herself.
okay. Now, was it a quick passing? Because she said quick passing.
From the time we found out that she was sick, yeah, it was pretty fast.
All right. She's showing me the stomach. Do you understand that? What was it
Yeah.
around the stomach?
She had issues with her stomach towards the end because she had cancer that spread.
The cancer was in the stomach.
It was in the bones. It went everywhere. It
All
spread.
right, because she's showing me the stomach and then she's showing me throughout the whole body. She did not want to stay because she's saying to me it was too much for me to handle. Okay. Now, the other thing, she is talking to me. Do you talk to her? Because she's saying talk, talk. And is this at night you talk to her?
Yes.
All right, because
Every night, every morning.
she hears you. She is actually, she comes to lay with you. Do you feel her around you?
uh, it's weird because I sleep on my side, and sometimes I put my hand here, and
Yes.
for some reason I just put my hand there, and that's where it winds up. So I guess, yeah.
All right. She said she's always around you.
Mhm.
She's always watching over you. I don't know why she's showing me jewelry. Did you get anything of jewelry from her? Because she's talking about jewelry.
Um, she gave away stuff like before she
Before
died.
she
So
passed.
she gave everybody whatever she thought she wanted to give away. There were certain things that she wanted certain people to have. So she said, "I'm going to do this now before." Like nobody knew she was sick yet. She's
Yes.
like, "Before I die, I want like this one to have this, or yeah." So she divided stuff up, and I'm like, "Why you
All right.
doing
But
that?"
you did get the jewelry from her, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Because I am being told here that she said, I hope there's no ill feelings. I wanted to also say to you, mom is showing me, she keeps on showing me love and kindness. And she said, I was here for love and kindness, and I didn't really care that much about the monetary.
Mhm.
And I wanted to ask you about water. Was water significant to mom at all that you knew?
All she drank.
Well,
She
I'm
drank
talking about
water.
being near water. Did she enjoy being near water?
No,
All right,
she
because
never
she's
really
saying
went.
to me, she's telling me now on the other side, she's enjoyed being by a lake. She said it's very soothing for her.
Okay.
Now, the other thing she's talking to me about is she's saying to me, Kathleen, come more out of your shell. Do you understand that? She's saying right now, Kathleen, please come out of your shell. Are you understanding that?
Yeah.
All
Mhm.
right. She's worried that you're not speaking your mind. She's worried that you're not being as forceful as she would like you to be.
Nah, I'm good, Mom. Don't worry.
You're good
I'm
with
good.
that?
I'm good, Mom. Don't worry.
All right. I want to tell you there are a lot of relatives on the other side that are surrounding her.
Oh, I knew they would be. Yeah.
A lot of relatives here. Now, did she enjoy? She's showing me music and art.
She liked listening to music. Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes.
What was it? The oldies? Was it the oldies?
Yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
I hear Frank Sinatra
Uh
and
huh.
I hear all the old music, and she's actually dancing.
Uh huh. Good.
She is dancing. So she's saying to me new opportunities are coming up for you, and she wants you to know that you have lived up to the expectations she has had for you. But she's also saying to me right now, she's telling me about stop putting yourself in a shell, and I'm not quite sure what she means by that. Do you
Hmm.
understand what she means by placing yourself in kind of a shell?
The only thing I could think of is she always knew that I was shy and sometimes would uh, be introverted more
Yes.
than speaking up or speaking out or whatever.
All right. What happens when you speak up? Because she's telling me you're very, very. She said when you get upset, it comes out. Do you speak your mind when you get upset?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. She just said to me how much love she has for you. And she said, honey, when are you going to wake up to know how magnificent you are, how beautiful you are? She said, if you're a daughter of mine, you're incredible. That's what you just said to me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you understanding this?
Yeah.
Because she was very sensitive, but she was very powerful in her own right. Are
Oh,
you
yeah.
are you recognizing that?
Yes. Everybody listen to mom. Don't make mom mad.
Don't make my and she gave advice to everybody, didn't
Yeah.
she?
Yeah.
All right. Did you follow her advice?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
because she's saying to me, just because I'm over here doesn't mean that I'm not watching over you. And she's asking me, what can I do to help you out? What can I do to help you? She just said that.
Uh. Uh. And she helped me. She helped me all my life. So I'm gonna do my best to make her proud.
All right. She's talking to me also. Now she's talking about pictures. The pictures. What are the pictures from? Is this at home? She's
Pictures?
pointing to pictures behind you.
Oh no, no. Those aren't hers.
Those
I'm
aren't
I'm in a, I'm
hers?
in a studio, so there's like all sorts of crazy pictures around.
All right, all right. No, she was asking me about. She just asked me about the pictures.
Okay. I'm in one of them up there, but
That's
let's
what. All
see.
right, that's why she's pointing to the picture. Which one are you in?
Um, where am I? Right there. Right there.
All right, I
Above my
can't
head.
see. So, who are you in the picture with, hon?
Uh, he's a musician from Kiss, Ace Frehley.
Oh, okay, okay. Now I'm going to say something in a loving way, very
Okay.
loving way.
Okay.
We all have issues when we come in. At one point years ago, I was so shy I couldn't even come on TV or radio because I was so shy. I want you to know that you're capable of more than what you're doing right now. It's not a judgment, it's telling you that you are wonderful and that you should. I want you to go. They're showing me the health field, and I saw this at the beginning. That's why I said to you, the helping profession. I want you to go in there because you're going to meet amazing people. You're going to get a lot more confirmation than you're getting from your other job. It's going to change your whole life. You're going to feel like $1 million from that. And I want you to visualize this and I want you to keep on seeing this because you are capable of much more than what you're doing right now. And I mean that totally out of love.
Okay.
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 Okay. And your mother's cracking the whip up there. Mom said, my children are all winners.
She didn't raise no fool.
She didn't raise no fools. Okay.
She was the best mom ever.
Was she? So she gave
Oh
a
yeah.
lot. Yeah. No, who do you think is her favorite?
I have no comment. She loved us all equally. She loved us all equally so much. One year she got us Christmas ornaments that said older child, middle child, younger child, and each one said my favorite on it. So
All right. Well,
there's
you were
no
kind
favorites.
of you were up there with the
I have no favorites.
yeah, yeah, you were kind of up there. But you know something, I'm seeing a smile now from you. You've got to embrace yourself. And that's why I'm here to embrace yourself and to let you know how incredibly gifted you are. And I don't think you've always known this. Am I right?
Especially when I was younger. Yeah, no.
All right. Did you feel were you put down when you were younger? Were you bullied?
Yes.
Is that where this comes from?
Probably. Yeah.
All
It was
right.
hard. It was hard.
All right. Did you
Yeah.
believe the people that bullied you?
Um at that time, yeah. Then I got older and a little stronger and I did come out of my shell quite a bit. So I have to admit.
You
But I
are
know that there's a little bit more to go. But I'm
absolutely.
I'm I, from when I was a kid to now, then yeah, I'm definitely more outspoken than I used to be.
All right, you were like a wilting flower back then, and now you tell people how you're feeling. This is what I want you to continue to do,
Mhm.
because intuitively I pick up how precious you are, how people love you, and people want to be around you. And I feel this year you're coming more into your own. And do yourself a favor, love yourself, because God loved you even before you came into this life. So if God created you, you got to be incredible.
Yeah, I'm still here, so it must be doing something right.
You must be doing something right, and allow your God ability to shine through. Because what I'm actually doing right now, your guides are saying to me that you've achieved a lot. Your mother is saying to me what you went through, and she put her head down because she really thought that the kids were very unfair to you. We all go through that. All
Mhm.
right. So love yourself, and I expect, well, the universe expect great things from you. You don't have to become famous. The only thing you have to do in this life really is find who you are, love what you're doing, and you're going to be very happy.
Well, the only thing I ever wanted to do was make mom smile and make her happy and
She's
proud.
smiling now, honey. She's got a grin on her face.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. And
Thank
you
you.
are very spiritual. You will come
Mhm.
into this as you get older. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Well, I'm seeing more of a smile now than I did at the beginning.
I was nervous at the beginning. I didn't know what the heck, but okay.
Okay, so does that help? I hope that helps you.
It was yeah, I didn't know what to expect, no I never did this before, so it was
Oh, you've never done this before. Well,
no, not
I'm giving you love, but I'm also going to say that a lot of who you are, you haven't even found out yet.
mm,
I am seeing your soul, and I see who you are. And I'm telling you, the people that beat you or put you down, they were jealous of you. They were
mm,
jealous of you. And you, do you recognize that?
yeah,
All right. So now, can you get up tomorrow and look in the mirror and see Kathleen for who God created you to be?
yes.
All right. And when you get that wonderful job, and I'm going to help you get that wonderful job with the spirit connections, I'd like you to just drop me a line and let me know how you're doing.
I will.
Okay. Would you do that for myself and the guides? And mom's saying, and for me also?
Yes, anything for her.
Anything for mom.
Yes, of course. Forever.
Okay.
Mhm.
So God bless you,
Beautiful.
Kathleen.
Wow.
Mm.
Thank you.
Any last questions you have for him, Kathleen, while you have him here? Anything that's running through your mind or
I'm just still trying to
anything?
process all of this, but this was all wonderful, and I appreciate you having me here for this.
I
Oh,
want to
my
know
pleasure. My pleasure.
also, mom lived many lives. I believe in many lives. And
Mhm.
mom lived in many lives. And mom loved to talk, didn't she?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So mom is saying to me right now, she's saying, Peter, thank you for letting me contact with Kathleen. And yeah, I'm thrilled about what I see for you in the future. And I see you want the family and everything like that.
I'm sorry?
The family, the kids, and everything.
No, no.
You don't want that?
I have a little family here,
All
and
right.
but I have 3 fur babies, and that's good.
That's it. All right. Mom's saying to me, you don't want to have
Sorry,
the.
mom, but
Okay.
she knew.
She
Don't
knew.
act like
She's
you
saying,
didn't
yeah, I was
know.
hoping you were going to change your mind. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. You're
Ah,
not going to be forced into anything, honey.
nice
That,
try.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're very blessed. And yeah. Okay,
Wow.
darling.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stefan Ryback, Stefan, he's here. And Stefan says Jim Masters plus Peter Marks equals wow times two. Thank you very much. He also says, great, great show. Gang, you may remember he was also a wonderful guest on the show. He's another spirited person and a gifted person and a fellow broadcast
Mm.
colleague. Fantastic reading, he says as well. And Toby says, awesome. And Sherry Larson says, okay, tears are welling up now for Kathleen. Your mom sounds like she was a wonderful, loving lady, and hugs. Toby almost crying says, wow, seems like a good life adjustment in her future with mentorship as well. I do agree. And yeah, really, really beautiful stuff. Christina says, thanks, Jim. Thanks, Peter, Kathleen, for participating in the reading for us to view and learn. Love it to you, Kathleen. Merlin in Canada. Kathleen, good luck with your future. What an amazing message for Kathleen. You go, girl. The world is waiting. And Kathleen and I actually, she's a we're dear friends of each other. We have been for quite a few years now. And what you were pulling out of her, Peter, that she might not stand on top of Mount Everest and project, hey, I'm kind and I'm warm and I'm loving. She's all those things that you dug and that you dug out and perceived. And there might be that little bit of maybe fear or resistance or just a little bit of that protective,
The
shell. It's
armor,
a
the
protective,
protective
right,
armor.
right. Because if I show it completely, people might take advantage of it. Maybe they have, makes me vulnerable, that kind of thing too. And I get all that, I understand, even sometimes even I have said that too myself, how much should you share? How much should you tell? Because there's not always people out there that have good intentions, but she is somebody who is an understated
Yes.
person. And I've seen her at work. I've seen her at Citi Field when it's crazy busy.
Yes.
And the Mets are either winning or losing. And she's in charge. She keeps it moving.
I pick up all that.
She's welcomes people, greets them. How can I help you? How can I, what do you need? And the other people are yelling and screaming and there's chaos. And she comes in quietly, because I've watched her, do her thing. She comes in quietly with this understated sort of leadership, which I was talking about earlier. It's a confidence that comes when she's needed and you got to get it done.
Yes.
While everybody else is screaming and what's going on and, banging things and everything, which when that's happening around me too, I'm the same way. I'm not the one banging the pots and pans and screaming and yelling. I'm like, okay, let's, because if I do that, I've been in cars where we've gotten lost, and people in the car are panicking and they're like, oh my God, we're lost. What happens here? We're lost. And I'm like,
Yeah,
look,
that's
I'm
not
the
a great feeling.
driver. If
Yes.
you panic me, we're
Yeah.
all up a creek. So I'm always, and Kathleen, is very much that way. And
Someone has to be
she's
calm.
got a good heart. She's always there. So I wanted to gift her with this, tonight, because I've known her a long time and we've done a lot of things socially and what have you. And I think she also needed it with the losses. Her father's gone, her mother's gone, the uncle.
They're all there. They're all on the other
all
side.
together. Yeah. I just wished, if she had been toyed with or bullied, there in New York City, that she had called me on Long Island. I might have drove over to help her out. I was out on the island. I didn't know.
You were out on the
You
island.
knew each other back then.
Long Island, yeah.
Her mother's
We're both New Yorkers originally, yeah.
Her mother's still telling me that she is not totally all she can be right now. She is going to continue to grow and to develop. And she said there is going to be positive changes in you. So your mother's saying, my baby's going for more and more and more.
Yes.
And I see you with all this confidence. I do see you.
Yeah. I didn't want to, now, just so for everybody knows watching, I didn't mention anything to Kathleen about Peter other than he's a very experienced and passionate about what he does. And I didn't mention anything at all to Peter as far as Kathleen's personality, her background, the loss of her mother recently, or any of that. Her empathetic and caring ways, and Kathleen's. And you were able to deduce that and really hone in on there's a next level for her. There's another
There's another
There's
level.
ways to express that further. She's doing things that pay the bills, and you got to do what you got to do. But there's a heart inside that needs to be seen by the world, right? Yeah, I
Yes.
get what you're saying. Now, this
Yeah.
is nice. Keith watching. Keith Radley, welcome to the Jim Master Show Live. Keith, I have to say I was a bit skeptical, but this was pretty amazing.
Hmm.
How do you feel, Kathleen, with some of the things that Peter was able to observe, perceive, and share with you?
I was actually, no offense to anybody, I was a bit surprised that he was so spot on about a lot of things, especially the career change that I'm going to be going through soon, and glad to hear that it's the right thing to do, because I know I can't I've come a long way since I was a kid. In my I had an even bigger shell, if you can imagine, when I was a kid, because all I could see myself was this big kid, and no, hated school. Oh my goodness, I hated school because all the bullying. Excuse me. And but he was spot on about a lot of things, and what he said about my mom was really nice and very helpful, and it was I'm very happy that I was able to hear that, and I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
Peter, when
Yeah.
you hear that from somebody that you just met and how you've been able to tap into certain aspects of really the essence of who they are through your work, how does that make you feel, Peter?
It makes me feel wonderful, but I also realize that I am channeling, I am tuning from God's energy, from the universe. It makes me feel absolutely wondrous that I'm able to help people like Kathleen, and I'm able to help so many people that I don't know. And again, I don't take credit from this. I don't take it. I'm not egotistical with this because I know it's a gift from a higher source.
It really is. It
Mm.
really, really is. Yeah. Kathleen, you got a lot to think about, huh? Did it probably there's some of these things you were already sort of working on, and
Mhm.
now maybe this gave you that little push that you needed to say, you know what, it's time for me. You know, a lot of people are doing that. It's time for me. I drove through Death Valley. You don't have to drive through Death Valley
Yeah.
I want
or
to go
the
with you next time.
or the Cross Bronx Expressway
Yeah.
or any of that. You don't have to do any of that. But maybe some time for reflection, and knowing that there's, the guides around her. Peter, do you feel any orbs or guides
Well, she's
around
got the
her?
aura around her. She also has her master guide, who I also share, is Dharma. Dharma always brings into guides people into me that I share with somebody else. You actually opened up your third eye tonight. What that means is we have Kundalini energy in our throughout our body, and we also have different energy sources. And for you, you opened up the top of your the head the to allow the energy to come through. So your chakras are also open tonight. So they're saying to me tonight, understand where you could be and understand how magnificent your soul is. I'm also, I got a name and I'm not quite sure because she was told, did you know a Debbie or did mom know? She was saying something about a Debbie.
I don't think so.
All
Mm.
right. She said something. It's from the past. She mentioned somebody from the past that she's with Debbie on the other side. But I also want to say to you, people are going to embrace you in your work. They're going to love you because you're so honest and you're so, you just radiate of love. You really radiate of love. And I want to see you actually look at yourself in the state of love because physically I was beaten up when I was growing up. I went through the whole thing, And at a certain age, I said, all right, well, that's my childhood. But all three of us are children of God. Everybody that's watching this podcast, we're all from God. And if you really want to give your mom a gift, and she just said that to me, by giving the gift, it's going to be embracing who you are and just smiling. Just smile. That's all she wants from you. She wants you to know that when you came in, when you were born, she was thrilled beyond even words. So you made your mother very happy, even tonight.
All I ever wanted to do.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're
Mhm.
welcome. And one day, hopefully, maybe you'll be a therapist. Maybe you'll help people as a
Yeah,
therapist. What?
yeah, that could be.
Have you ever thought of being a therapist?
Um, Not really, but it crossed my mind a few times.
All right. Is it because of the lack of confidence that you didn't feel that you were capable of being a therapist?
No, no. I like to help people, and I like when people come to me, and I know that I'm helping them, or I like to make people smile and laugh and
All
all
right.
that.
Because being a therapist doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be licensed. I do therapy every single day, and what I do is I bring people into contact with their soul, and when they leave, they say, "How did you know about me?" And I said, "Because God and the universe gave me this knowledge." So I expect really great things. You don't have to become president or vice president of the United States, but you're going to do very well.
Thank you. I hope
You're
so.
welcome.
Beautiful stuff. Kathleen, huh? Really, really cool stuff. Kathleen, thanks for joining us, my friend, and we'll be chatting, I'm sure, not far after this.
Okay,
We're
I'll
overdue
be
for
up
that.
for a while, I'm sure.
Yes, we're
I am not
overdue.
going to sleep anytime soon, so
No, you
feel
got a
free to
lot
call.
to take in and absorb, which is a beautiful thing, and that's what I was hoping would happen.
This
And
is awesome, and
this,
if you don't mind me saying that, thank you, Jim, especially for all your support and your friendship. And the show has been, you know, what it's meant to me, especially in the months and go so forth after mom died and everything. But you have been just my best friend, and you've been just an awesome person, and you picked the right profession because you are just amazing at what you do, and you're an amazing friend, and I appreciate it so much.
I appreciate that. Beautifully expressed, and right back at you, Kathleen. Feel the same way, and I hope everything that Peter has talked about does come to fruition for you. And your mother knows you loved her, and and that's the key, because she talked about her mother all the time, and
Mm.
when she was alive as well, and afterwards, and her mother's around her. Her mother's there, isn't she, Peter?
Her mother's around there right now. As you talked about it,
Hmm.
her mother is around you. Yes.
I know
So
she's
in the future, mom just said to me, we will have more communication. She just said to me, I will have more communication through me and through you. And she said to me, I wasn't going to come through tonight because I wanted you to tell her what I saw in her. Your mother said she saw all the things that I just said, if not more. And she said, I didn't want to interrupt the session, but she said at another time she will talk directly to you.
cool.
Okay. And she's sending her love to you also, Jim, and thanking you.
Ah,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, we were this. I'd not had a chance to meet her, but she knew all about me, and she would watch me on TV and listen to me here, there, and ever, and know everything. And I would know all about her, and we were like this close. And then she had fallen ill and passed, but we were like this close to meeting. And it was, you know, it's really amazing because through it all, and I'm sure she would have said the same thing, it's as if we had met each other. I feel like
Mm.
I've met her. I
Hmm.
feel like I
You
know
feel like
her.
the
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think that Kathleen had expressed certain things where her mother felt the same way in return, like as if she knew all these things about me, which I think is really amazing.
Hmm. She'd
Mm.
always ask, "How's Jim doing?" How is
Yeah.
Jim? He's so cute.
Your mother has good taste.
I know. I know.
I love your modesty, Jim.
Yeah.
When you sang happy birthday to her that time, remember?
Yes,
Sang
that's
happy birthday
right.
to
Saying
her?
happy birthday on the air to your mother.
Yeah, she said you
Yes.
have to have. She said at Christmas, have a drink for me. You should
I
just,
Okay.
like that.
yeah,
I
or
like
two, or three. No,
Or three.
Okay.
or
Sounds like
three.
my father got
Well,
my mother.
this was my gift to you tonight.
Oh.
Kind of like that, huh? Lots to think about, my friend, and really, really beautiful reading here from the expert. It's and Alessandra says, Kathleen, you will achieve everything you deserve, and Merlin says you're a great lovety, and remember you have the lovety family, of course, and that's one of the things that really happened by happenstance when I again said light, love, levity, and out came the word lovety because I said levity and love too fast, and I kept saying, yeah, it was a mistake, and and sometimes at the beginning of the shows I still feel compelled to explain it because we've got new viewers all the time, and they're probably
Yes,
saying, what's this lovety stuff they keep talking about? The
I
lovety
like it.
squad, Mr. Lovety Hall. And it's because of that. And then the audience, the viewers, the loveties kept saying, Jim, it was not a mistake. You were supposed to say that word because of the vibe of all of this. It was meant to be.
It was
Uh,
meant to be.
don't look at
Yes,
it as
Yeah.
an error. It was so it was really cool.
I think that was channeled to you.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah, yes. Channel, right?
yes.
And working in television,
It's
channels are important. My humor comes from my Irish father,
Oh, okay. Well, it's
who,
great.
who
You
was born and raised in New York. Yes.
you need to have
Uh,
humor in the entertainment field. Yes,
yes.
yes.
I always like to be the one that ends up
In,
who
f-
I'm like lightening the load for everybody
in
else and
fact,
finding the good, funny line.
I'll share a quick story. I did a reading years ago for Michael Bolton's ex-wife, and when I did a reading for her, she was very serious. And I said to her, I was thinking to myself, after this is
I know
over.
her. I met her.
Oh, you met her?
Yes, and Michael. I know Michael dearly, and his brother Oren, and the whole. I think we are a degree of separation there. I think that there in the region there are a lot of people that we know, not just Stefan, but I think there's a lot of people. If we have a
Yes.
cup of coffee and a sandwich at some diner somewhere, there's a lot of people that we know
Hmm.
who are similar.
Yeah. So yeah, I know even people when you mention iHeart and you mention, did you mention blog radio?
Yeah, that too. Sure. Yeah, a lot of ABC, CBS,
All right.
NBC,
Did you ever
PBS.
connect with Joyce Barry?
I haven't connected, but I know of her. Yes, I know
All
of her.
right. I did radio shows with Joyce Barry and Dr. Bernie Siegel.
Oh, Dr. Bernie Siegel, yes, who was a guest on our show with his grandson. And I
Yes,
interviewed him on PBS, and he's unbelievable.
he's unbelievable. And
Yeah.
Dr. Eben Alexander.
You were mentioning the story about working with Michael Bolton's ex-wife.
Yes, I connected with her through a friend, and when we got together, she was very much within herself, a little afraid to really open up and to discuss personal things. As I connected with her soul wise, she just completely opened up. She was relaxed. She was happy. And she said, "Oh my God, you're telling me things about myself that nobody really knows about." And I had a wonderful time with her. I spoke to her right after the reading and I said, "I hope you didn't mind me divulging this information to you," which I, of course, can't. I went on the air, but yeah, amazing woman and incredible person. Yeah.
Mm, mm.
Yes.
Cool stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Kathleen, I know that you probably have to scoot off
I
because
can be here all night.
You could be.
I'm good.
Yeah, you're right. There's
It's
no
up to
rent.
you.
There's no studio rental fee or anything, right?
No, I got instructions how to shut everything down, so I'm good.
You probably got to make a nice big sandwich or something in return, right? Or
I don't know. Something's gonna give.
so that's gonna give. That is funny. That is funny. Um, Peter, why do you enjoy this so much? Why does this speak to your heart and soul as well?
I think I enjoyed so much because I did go through a lot of what Kathleen had experienced in life. I mean, when I was a child, I had certain issues and I was bullied myself. And I was told I come from a very, very academic family with Harvard, Yale, and all of that, a lot of it Ivy League. And I decided at a certain age, I wanted to have my imprint also. And it took me years, but I found out as I got older that I wanted to help people. And the more I started helping people, the more the guides started saying to me, this is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. So I enjoy seeing people smile. I enjoy taking away their ills. And I enjoy watching somebody live up to their total potential. And to me, even coming on tonight was very much a gift to me because I was able to share even the people that I connect with. And I've also watched a lot of your programs recently, and I found each one of them fascinating. I was watching, I think the other night, The Osmonds, and then I was watching, there were so many of them, but too many to mention, but I love what I do. I do love what I do, Jim.
You do. You absolutely do. There's somebody here, Kathleen usually sees who he is, pops up towards the latter part just to express, how much he enjoyed himself. Mr. George Burns with us this evening.
Love George Burns.
Are you getting any orbs or
Yeah, he's
guides?
actually around you.
He's here. Yeah, he's here with a cigar.
He's here with Gracie.
He's here with Gracie.
Gracie Ellen. Yep, he's here.
I think Gracie is Kathleen tonight.
Good night, George.
living with grace.
Yes,
as she does. Yeah, he pops in towards the end, and this actually was a family heirloom. This was passed down by my aunt to my cousin, who gave it to me. Our aunt is no longer with us,
okay.
So I feel this, not a compulsion, but compelled to have him always here. And show him towards the end, because it puts a smile on everybody's faces, and they're very surprised when they see that. But also, it's because it's a family heirloom. It was a gift from my cousin, but it was my aunt who collected dolls, and it came out when he was 100. He turned 100, and they had a limited supply of those.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it was very beautiful. Juanita in South Africa says, this was an amazing episode. Thank you, Peter, for joining us. Thank you for being with us once again, Juanita. And Sherry Larson says, thank you, Peter. Totally enjoyed this. You're very welcome. Anne in Southern California. Hello, everybody. She's here. She's watching along as well, and everybody else.
And I welcome everybody to join us with Stefan Ryback and myself and Lynn von Prague-Rotten on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And I'm hoping in the future to maybe come back and be on again.
We will have you back. We will keep, as we say, that porch light on for you. And any word of encouragement that you want to leave us with for anybody that's maybe struggling tonight, who's watching, or they watch this later in the archives?
Yes, what I want to say to everybody, we are going through very difficult times, of course, because of the virus and because of politics and the economy. From a psychic point of view, things will be getting better. I do feel the vaccine will not be around. The COVID-19 will not be around that much longer. And I want to tell everybody things are going to get better. You're going to be happier. We're going into actually 2022, which is a master number year. and in a master number, good things will be happening. And I do feel that the economy is going to be getting better, absolutely. And I do see more happiness coming. So it's not that dismal. It's not that horrific. And I know a lot of people are going through a lot of emotional changes right now and depression. And I do want to say from personal experience, change your thinking, give out positive energy to other people that you come into contact with. Love other people. That's exactly why we're here. And if you're not happy with your life, don't blame it on outside circumstances. We are at the helm of the ship. You can change your life and you can do better with your life. And my love to everybody. And I had a wonderful time being on your show, Jim.
Oh, it was absolutely wonderful having you here. And thank you for the beautiful words. And we will definitely have you back. Thanks for your energy, your passion, your wit and wisdom, and your spirit, and for also taking time to do the reading for Kathleen as well. The website that's being updated, is there a website address? Would it be petermarks.com?
It would be Peter,
So, case
Peter.marks. Yes,
because somebody
petermarks.com.
may be watching this like 6 months from now and the website will already be up.
The
So,
website will be up,
so
yes.
petermarks.com. Perfect.
And I welcome everybody who is watching your show tonight to become part of our Free Psychics Online podcast. It's a wonderful podcast. We have amazing people that come on, and we have people from all over the world that come and join us. And Stefan is brilliant as being the commentator, Stefan Ryback. So I look forward to seeing your viewing and listening audience there.
Absolutely. I thank you very much for joining us,
Thank you.
Kathleen. A pleasure as always, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
This is great. Thank
It
you.
was good to see you. We're now just
too.
1 degree of separation. Actually, we see each other. Next will be at the restaurant. And Peter, thank you very much for joining us
Thank
as
you.
well. Truly a gifted individual, and spread the word about our show, the Jim Master Show Live. We would love
Absolutely.
that. Takes a village, as they say, and a
Yes,
couple
it
of
does.
comments coming in from the Levities. These people and Jim are my family. Thank you, Alessandra. Juanita says this was an amazing episode. Thank you, Peter, for joining us. And Sherry Larson, thank you, Peter. Totally enjoyed this as well. Perfect. I'm glad to hear that, gang. Kathleen, thanks for being with us. Really a pleasure. And we'll see you again
Thank you,
soon, my friend.
Kathleen.
Okay, Kathleen?
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Sending you some JMS Lovity, Kathleen.
Got it. Thank you.
Take care. And Peter, thank you very much. Really a
Thank you
pleasure to have
again.
you. And we learned a lot tonight, I think, about ourselves, which is a really cool thing, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, you keep the faith and keep doing this amazing work. And we'll chat again soon, okay?
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for allowing me to be on.
Maybe to be over a tuna melt and some split pea soup of sorts. That sounds
I'm ready
good.
whenever you are, buddy.
All right. You take care. All right.
You too. Have a good night.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Peter Marks, a renowned astrologist as well as intuitive, joining us here on the show. Our lovely viewer, Kathleen Walker, joining us from New York City. And she had a live reading, and it was really, really fascinating. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. Mr. George Burns did as well. As I said, you never know what happens here on the Jim Master Show Live, and we always do things to inspire, entertain, have some laughs, educate, and all the other cool things. What a great episode, right? And I was sipping along in here's a new mug to add to the collection, and it's so apropos for this evening. Take life 1 cup at a time. And if you notice, Newport, Rhode Island, that's one of the places we were recently. Up until maybe a few hours ago, Newport, Rhode Island for our mini getaway vacation. So I saw this there in one of the shops in downtown Newport. And I said, you know what? This is so perfect for my way of thinking, but also for our show. Take life 1 cup at a time from Newport, Rhode Island. I toast all of you. And Kathleen says, that was amazing. Thank you. guest and Lovity viewer. You're very welcome, Kathleen. Sherry Larson says, thank you, Jim. That was fantastic. My pleasure. One of our, remember how I always say the show is an entertainment lifestyle variety talk show series? This was one of our lifestyle episodes of the Jim Masters Show Live. Great show. Thanks, Jim. You are very, very welcome, Juanita. And everybody watching this live and everybody that's watching this later on, Memorex in the archives. Again, we would love it if you enjoyed this episode. Click like, and also leave a comment and subscribe to Jim Masters TV. That is our YouTube channel, the channel you're watching this show on. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, and help us grow, share the lovity. Tell everybody you know about the Jim Masters Show Live. Our YouTube channel is Jim Masters TV, channel dedicated to entertaining, informing, educating, and inspiring. And gang, as we always say, don't forget to smile. Don't forget to share the lovity. Hair was shorter then, wasn't it? And of course, don't forget to find your Zen Place. Mine is with loving family and friends always. And the ocean, that is the South Shore of Long Island, New York. That's the Atlantic Ocean. And the ocean speaks to me. Zen Place, swimming, surfing, boogie boarding, sailing in it. Always got to be near that ocean. And we're close by it here right now. And my work in television, radio, stage, and film over the years as well. Another Zen place for me. You know, a lot of our viewers, our lovelies, talk about how Zen things are here on the Jim Master Show Live for them. And our guests are in, their Zen places and moments when they're doing what they love as well. So find your Zen place and share it with the world. You guys are the best. I just want to let you know, wow. Amazing guests. First, we thank Peter Marks for joining us here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Really cool to have him here. We all learned something. Very, you guys are probably thinking about a lot of things in your own lives as a result of this conversation. Tomorrow, we have two shows. We call it Double Lovity Day. We've got Irish musician and also refugee rescue founder, Joby Fox. Yes, Irish musician extraordinaire coming to us live from Belfast, Ireland tomorrow, but also he founded this incredible organization that actually helps refugees who are struggling literally all throughout Europe and so much. It's a beautiful organization. We're going to talk about that tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. Again, for those of you watching live, there's some programming information for you here. 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. Those watching in the UK and Ireland, that'll be 8 p.m. your time tomorrow. But for those watching stateside and Canada, what have you as well, United States, it is 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific tomorrow. Going to be a great show. Tomorrow night, one of my dear friends, you'll be seeing him this month on PBS with his new special from beautiful Santorini. He was a guest on our show about a year ago. I've interviewed him multiple times on PBS television. Renowned Greek guitarist Pavlo is going to be joining us tomorrow. We're going to have music, chat. We're going to hear about his new PBS special he's all excited about. He is a PBS star. He's an internationally renowned guitarist, Greek heritage, actually grew up in Toronto, Canada, makes his home in the United States in Florida, and he's absolutely amazing. He is going to be with us on Saturday night, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. Get ready to laugh on Monday because stand-up comedian and actor Jason Salmon's going to be with us. He's been on Comedy Central and so much more. He's hilarious. Monday night, he's going to be with us at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That's right, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. On Monday, it's double lovity because before Jason comes on at 8 p.m. at night, we have founder of the renowned Lorimar Winery and Vineyard, Mark Mansfield. He knows all the celebrities. All the celebrities know him. But more than that, he's going to be coming on our show live and direct this Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And he's going to be talking about all of these extraordinary wines. And it's going to be another lifestyle episode because he's an expert when it comes to pairing some of the most incredible wines with all of your holiday meals, the appetizers, the Thanksgiving dinner, the Hanukkah meals, the Christmas, the New Year's celebrations. We're on the doorstep of the holidays, and he's going to have some really cool tips, holiday tips for all of your feasts and your buffets, and pairing the proper wines, the right wines with each meal, the beef, the chicken, the seafood, all of it. So get ready to jot down some holiday food and wine tips as the renowned founder of the beautiful Lorimar Vineyard and Winery in California, in beautiful Temecula, California. I was on a TV shoot in Temecula 2 years ago. It is a beautiful area. It's just on the cusp of the desert, and it's really beautiful. So he's with us Monday at 4 live. That's Eastern time and 1 p.m. Pacific. Then stand-up comedian and actor Jason Salmon is going to be with us as well on Tuesday. Dan White's going to be with us from General Hospital, Law and Order, and so much more. I know you guys excited. He's currently on General Hospital as Elijah Crow. That's right. He's on General Hospital, but he's been on so many incredible shows and specials. If you haven't seen the episode we did with the Pointer Sisters, Anita and Ruth Pointer, check it out on our YouTube channel. Absolutely historic and phenomenal, and a lot of laughs. Comedy legend, the Love Goddess, we celebrated her birthday in style on the Jim Masters Show Live. Judy Tenuta, she's a legend. She was with us recently. Check that episode out. We celebrated Marilyn Monroe with Cassandra Carroll in a recent episode. If you didn't see that, that's on our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. Iconic TV film actress and singer Linda Pearl. Not only did we talk about Happy Days and Matlock and all these series and shows and movies she's been in, Patrick Duffy. Yes. Patrick Duffy, from Dallas and The Man from Atlantis and all these iconic TV series and so much more. They are a couple, Linda Pearl and Patrick Duffy. Patrick Duffy was also a guest on the Jim Masters Show Live with Linda Pearl. And if you didn't see that episode, it is amazing. And it's on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. David Osmond, yes, of the Osmond family, a son of Alan, nephew of Donnie and Marie, was on recently. You can see that episode featured on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV as well. Just some of the recent episodes with incredible guests who have been on our show and graced our presence. And there's many, many, many more. I want to let you know as well, actor Nathan Butler is going to be with us. He's going to join us on December 1st. That's right, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. December 1st, he's going to be with us live, and we really, really look forward to that. So lots of great guests, just to name a few. And on Tuesday afternoon, we have a chef who is a dear friend of mine who is with the Metro Beast restaurant, Chef Chris Prosperi. He's going to be with us coming on Tuesday, and that's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific live. He's going to have a lot of holiday tips. He's a renowned chef. He's a restaurateur, and we're going to be doing a foodie show with Chef Chris Prosperi. He's going to be with us live this Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. So those of you who are foodies, JMS foodies, tune in on Tuesday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, because we have renowned chef just in time for the holidays too. He's going to be, talking about a lot of different things about food, of course, his recipes and his restaurant, but also the upcoming holidays and some great tips for the holidays as well. So lots of good stuff coming up. We're getting you ready for the holidays as well. Thank you very much, Jane, watching in Sweden. And good night to Juanita. Good night, everyone. It's 5:26 a.m. there. The sun is just about to pop up where she is. And cheers to you, Juanita, in South Africa, and everybody watching this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. You're very welcome, Sherry Larson. And Alessandra, she enjoyed it as well. Thanks, gang. You are the best. Amazing shows tomorrow. If you miss anything, they're all archived on our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. Again, we had a wonderful visit and a mini fall getaway, beautiful fall foliage, and so much more. We're going to sneak away this Sunday as well. Look forward to that. But we have a bevy of shows live just for you and a bevy of shows all archived on our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. So check it all out. All right, gang, this is your host, Jim Masters. We're going to scoot out of here. Thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, we appreciate all of you, and we thank you for spending all this time with us right here on the Jim Masters Show Live. And those of you who are watching this later on in the archives, we thank you as well. We appreciate and value you as well. Don't forget, one more time, to subscribe. Hit the red subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss any of our episodes. All right, gang, take care. Be well. Whatever time of day it is you're watching this, we'll see you again soon here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Thanks for joining us. Cheers.